We're shooting here, guys. Here we go. Very quiet. And roll sound and turn over.
Start rolling. Camera speed.
Take 3.
Action.
Play a guy called Edward, who's a postman. He sees his job in a very military fashion. So he was based in Newcastle, which is he saw as a rough terrain, and he basically sees this zombie apocalypse as an opportunity to use the survival tactics that he gained as a postman in Newcastle. And in a series of flashbacks, you see the attacks he's come under, like water bombs, turd bombs, dogs, and how he's managed to deal with that, you know. And I think he also sees himself as a saviour of the group. He'll put himself before, he'll put other people before himself, but not all the time, as you'll see in the film. He does. Yeah, I can't really give that away, but yeah, he's very much. He sees himself very much an SAS type guy. I suppose in a way, the group of girls is led by Danny, who's kind of like a leader in herself, and Tara is another character who's kind of Danny's kind of best friend by the looks of it. But I'd say with this group of girls, I think if you particularly look at the character Jane Foodpass plays, this old lady, well not old lady, I do apologise, elderly lady, Jane, I'm sorry. This elderly lady who's desperate for a shag, you know, one last shag before she dies, and that's her. And Annabelle Barnston, who plays Tabitha, is superb. I mean, we're up against countless zombies, and I heard behind me Annabelle saying, well, Tabitha saying, I'm going to knock me someone the fuck out, you know, I mean, before we even started filming them. Very much into character, very ballsy character, Tabitha.
Hey, chicks with sticks!
I cannot speak highly enough of Aidan. He has a vision. He's brilliant to work with. He's a communicator. I like to think of him as a friend as well now in the 2 weeks we've met. But he's a brilliant director. And make no mistake, he has a vision, and he's basically working it very, very well. I just can't speak highly enough of him. Well, I think the makeup was done really, really well. I mean, I know Mike Peel and Tom and all the rest of the guys are doing a brilliant job. I mean, if you look at the makeup on, particularly the Seven Souls, it's fantastic, and the way everybody works so hard. I mean, the makeup team, you know, Emma, the makeup girl, the head of makeup, has done a brilliant job, absolutely professional, and you know, under the pressure that they're under. You know, there's so many zombies to do the makeup for in such a short space of time, because the thing is, we all have to be prepared. Preparations are key, because we only have 3 weeks to do what is essentially a 6-week shoot. So when you look at the way Emma has run the makeup team on her side, and you know, so professional, Mike Peel so professional, you can't knock it. What I do, I mean, I know some actors, they stay in character, I mean totally, so that you're completely in character all the time. And I think that's a great way to work, you know. I stay in character, but I stay in between takes. I stay one step away from my character, so he's always in my head. If I feel there's distractions going on, I'll walk away, and you'll see me pacing up and down in the background somewhere, like some kind of deranged lunatic. I'm not saying I'm not, but you know, just keeping my character, and I just run the line, run the line, run the line, stay in that particular scene until we're called back and do it again. And it's vital to me to do that, because the last thing you want to do is lose your character, because you lose the film.
Hello, this is Edgar Wallace.
Edgar Wallace, king of crime, plays a thrilling game. Death vibrations, no denying, take my breath away.
At midnight, strike the clocks, and the sears be creeping like rats in the dark. A cry, a sigh, a knife full of blood. Don't become nervous, better shut up. Never look back to the shadows behind you. Well, I'm sure the mortals will find you. Move out to the bar and try to hide, because there won't be another night.
Edgar Wallace, king of crime, plays a thrilling game. Death vibrations, no denying, take my breath away.
Never look back to the shadows behind you.
And I'm sure
The mortals will find you. Move out to the fog and try to hide, because there won't be another night. But even not a friend of passion and crime, we're gonna meet you another time. There's only one solution for this place. You better switch off the television.
Yeah, I'm playing Munch the Milkman, and he's a guy who starts the day delivering milk and then falls into hard times as zombies pursue his milk cart in a high-speed chase, and it becomes worse and worse. You know, we end up this little trio of heroes, myself, Ed and Boris, streetwalkers if you like, because we all walk the streets of a day. A milkman, a postman and a traffic warden, and there we are, the guys who normally pound the streets delivering milk, delivering mail, delivering parking tickets, suddenly find themselves in hard times, pursued by zombies, and so it's making them the most of it and surviving basically. And yes, I'm the comic element, I suppose, so I get to do all kinds of fun things and say funny lines, and it's a hoot. Yeah, I love my weapon because you take what you have to hand. And I have a milk crate full of empty bottles. And so my trusty bag that I carry all the time has this seemingly unending supply of empty milk bottles because we see another zombie, I reach in, there's another empty bottle there. And the milk bottle, it's surprising. Good weapon because it throws well, perfectly balanced. This is an empty one, I've never thrown a full one. But it throws well and smashes nicely. We're using, fake breakaway glass bottles in this, but it's unusual at first to actually throw a bottle at somebody's face because in real life I'd never do that. But to do it to the advancing zombie and see glass shatter, it's an incredible experience, and I think I'm enjoying it too much, really. Another great scene is where we're up for the big final showdown with the zombies. And we raid the kitchen of the church, and off the stove I get a big cast iron frying pan, which is the perfect device for just whacking zombies across the head. And we shot that scene yesterday, and I'm wielding this big thing. It looks heavy, it looks brutal, but it's rubber, but still quite hard and hurts if you hit it. So I had great fun wielding that around, and we had a little bit of an incident where it was originally planned that in one of my swings at a zombie, I followed through and hit George McCluskey, who was playing Ed, in the face as a comedic moment. And so he asked me to try it beforehand. And so I hit him in the face, and I think I broke his nose. And he spent the rest of the day going, does this look straight to you? Does this look the same as it did this morning? Yeah, we shot a scene where we're escaping through the woods, and we have to run down a hill and then jump over a stile. And as it's scripted, I was having problems due to my physique, shall we say, and whatnot. And we get to the fence, and the first time we try to do the going over it, I'm perched on top, looking precarious and asking for help. The stile cross pieces on it all began to disintegrate. It must have been there some time, and the nails were rotten and the wood was rotten, and I found myself caught up in all the wire supports, and I was just like a fish in a net dangling there. It was terrible, but we made use of it and we made it work as a scene, and it should be quite funny, hopefully. Love the director. Aidan's a great guy, and he really works fast and furious. He told us that from the start, that he was going to shoot and go with us and get the camera involved in the scenes, follow us around. And I really like working that way. Not a whole lot of rehearsal, but if you've got it in your mind beforehand, and then the stuff that you come out with is physically and verbally is authentic, I think. And so it really worked well for me. Love it. Love the zombie makeup. It's really, really effective, and some of it can be hard to look at times because it's quite almost brutal in its realism. Amazing that you could do so much on such a tight budget to be able to get people to look so horrible. And I think that the extras and everybody else that was brought in to be zombies, they've absolutely loved it. I was talking to people that they've come miles to get bloodied up, to get mud all over them, and they just absolutely lap it up. And I've spent time, I go and talk to them and say, where are you from? Why are you doing this? And we've had a student, trainee, mechanic, people from all walks of life who are just, there seems to be a fascination with zombies. People love zombie movies, and it's amazing the people have come along.
character?
Yeah, Boris is a parking ticket inspector. He hangs around with Munch and Ed, and he's almost like the coward one of the group. Any sort of problems, he's straight up. I can do it, anything from climbing up trees, from running away from zombies, jumping over fences and falling over. He's the real comic character, but he has a sense of urgency as well, with obviously the zombies coming over. The other actors are great. I met George and Dave, and I've lived with them for the last 2.5 weeks. And we've almost bonded straight away. They're like my new best friends. It's weird. I'm glad I've finished, but at the same time I'm really going to miss the bond that we have, and we spent all night talking, we go through scenes. It's almost like we're best friends, then we come on set and you can feel that chemistry. So it's been a great experience working with those, and even the supporting actors as well. And everyone, the zombies, the crew, everyone that I've worked with, has just been amazing. Aidan was great. He made us feel comfortable. He came in, he talked to us beforehand, got an idea of the character, because I had a set idea of Boris that I thought would be quite fun to explore, and then I talked to Aidan and he decided to go down the more straight route, whereas the script goes down the very slapstick route. And actually it worked so much better for me, because instead of doing stupid stuff and stupid faces, he was just like, let's keep it serious, because at the end of the day you have that fear of death, and everyone has that fear, so as much as you're going to be funny, always keep that fear inside you. And I just remember that on the first day, and it stuck with me throughout the whole shoot. I enjoyed being, obviously I love filming, I'm an actor, I love being in front of the camera, but the main thing is working with the actors, because it's quite a large cast, as you probably noticed, so I got to meet so many different personalities, so many people to work from. So it could be from Seb that I bounced off, with Annabelle as well, some great people that I know I'm going to keep in touch with, and I found some great friends. When I first come on set, I'm quite fun, but as soon as we hear that turnover and it's sort of switch on mode, and from then on until cut, I'm staying in character. So, for example, if Boris has to be funny one day, I'll be laughing and joking all day, and that'll be on the first few days when I'm up trees, I'm telling jokes and I'm bouncing off Munch. I'll be the one, even in between takes, I'll be laughing and joking and running around. But as soon as we have a serious scene, which we had in the barn, where the realisation that zombies are actually coming and you're not going to get out and the army have trapped everyone in, my mood changed to I was serious. As soon as it was on set and as soon as it was like turnover, my face, and from then on until the wrap, I was serious Boris.
Father Lawrence. Father Lawrence is great fun. He's a priest, obviously, father. He's a drunk. And yeah, a bit of a hero as well. So in terms of a role to play, he's right up my street. Very much enjoyable. Where should we start? When we first meet him in the movie, he's a bit of a wreck. He's a full-on drunk. He's lost his way. Understandably having reservations about his faith. I think raising a zombie god and a army of zombie hordes would stress anyone's faith. So yeah, he's not in the best of shape, but he gets a chance to redeem himself, which is always good for any character, to have a redemption moment, and yeah, and then become part of the solution rather than part of the problem. He turns out to be a bit of a survivor, oddly enough, you know, through I don't know, maybe someone's watching over him, but he certainly, through sheer fortune, ineptitude and alcohol, manages to handle himself quite nicely on the battlefield. He's one of those interesting and exciting characters, again from an actor's point of view, always really nice when a story's been going along quite nicely and everyone's got to know a load of characters, and suddenly you introduce a new character, bit left field, kind of changes the dynamic completely. Always nice from a story point of view, but always nice to be the actor playing that character, I think, because you kind of know you've got the opportunity to give the whole thing a lift. Or just to change direction, and just suddenly, you know, what people thought they knew, suddenly they have to reassess the whole thing because there's a new character that skews everything. And Father Lawrence is a really classic version of that, really. Comes in quite late and makes a massive difference. And as you say, then also is responsible for filling in a load of backstory, which everyone will be gagging for at that point. Who would not want to be in a film where you get to star with Ed Furlong and Corey Feldman? I was already on board, and that was just big fat cherry on a icing covered cake. So, you know, I only had one day with them both, and it was my first day, so that was a bit possibly overwhelming. It just made that first day amazing. That first day was full of so many gems and treats and surprises, yeah, great fun. Got to work close up with a pair of them. Got to help Ed run his lines. Yeah, I have a what's that? Is that 12 inches? What do we think? 12 inches? A 12-inch wooden cross with a little man on. You know what I mean. Yeah, I wield that with great aplomb. I think it was. It was a gift when I was shown it. I knew I was going to have a cross, but when I got it on the first day, when they brought the actual prop to me, I was just yes, this is perfect, because I use it like a hammer, I swing it around, use it like a sword, use it like a cross. It's yeah, it was a gift. That and my bottle of wine, so I'm well armed. I've been quite gutted that I haven't had to spend hours being pampered, because I often am, having all sorts of prosthetics. But the team's been great. Mike Peel, as well as the other makeup team, but Mike Peel doing the sort of the special effects makeup in particular, just working away, you know, all day, just a constant stream of extras and actors, and upgrading them as they go along. And yeah, it catches you out. I mean, I was filming a scene the other night in a graveyard at night, surrounded by the undead, and you know, there's just those moments, you know, you're in a movie, you know, you're expecting it, but somehow when you turn the corner of the graveyard and there's, you know, a guy there with just casually drinking a cup of coffee who looks like he's, you know, been in the ground for 6 years, still takes you by surprise. And I've been taking some stills on set as well, and what's amazing is they look even better on film. They look amazing in real life, but the cleverness of the makeup is to make it work for camera as well. And I was looking at some stills last night and was just blown away by how fantastic the zombies look. Obviously an integral part as well, so important. I've just been taking some photos on my phone and posting them to my Facebook page saying, look where I am, look at the bonus I get. Not only am I playing a fabulously cool character in a zombie movie, dream come true, but I get to hang out in these amazing locations in Somerset. I mean, the where we were filming yesterday, it's a Masonic lodge in, I think it's Blagden, big up the Blagden, and just beautiful. I mean, I was shocked. It's got a waterfall, it's got a reservoir, lovely still shimmering lake-like reservoir, surrounded by fields, open country, hills, trees, and this beautiful Masonic lodge, which we use as the temple in the movie. Just blessed.
We make our dreams come true, for we and you. We're going where the sun shines brighter. We're going where the sea is blue. We film it in the movies. Now let's see if it's true.
Tomorrow never come. What use is just sitting and wanting no more? I won't take no for an answer. I was born to be a dancer now.
Because the days the teddy bears have been.
I have played a zombie clown before.
Every teddy bear that's been good.
Oh my god, on eBay I found Chucky reflex. I thought we could go to the Chucky dog around day.
I play Tabitha, who she's the youngest of the group, so I suppose more of a vulnerable character, not quite as sort of feisty as someone like Danny or Ed, who can just smash a zombie with his hand. So yeah, I suppose she's more scared and sort of trying to understand the situation, and not necessarily up for always fighting. But I think at least sort of halfway through, she's kind of going, right, this is a situation, got to do what you got to do to just survive, sort of thing. But I know, like, definitely at the start and with her, when she actually finds out about the situation of the zombies, she's really just freaked out and just has no idea what's going on. We've got Danny, who I suppose she's kind of the leader of the group, and she's the most sort of feisty and challenges the guys, saying, well, why can't we do it as well, just because we're girls, sort of thing. And Tara as well is definitely another feisty character. But then we've got Vera, who she's a slightly older member of the group, who I think she does sort of take on a mother role, especially for Tabitha, which is quite nice. We've got a couple of moments, and Jane, the actress who plays Vera, is just absolutely lovely. I've been living with her, and I think she's kind of taken the role of mother of the group anyway. Aidan, he's a really great director to work with, actually. Very different from other directors I've worked with before, because it's much more sort of, I suppose, seeing the bigger picture, how it's going to flow as a scene, rather than individual bits that could that may make a scene more static and not flow as well. It's much more about sort of creating the right atmosphere and ambience, which I think, especially with a horror movie, is very, very important. So, really interesting way of working. I was really pleased that I got a gory death scene, actually. I wanted to go out with a bang, and my God, it was. And yeah, I was absolutely covered in this gooey, sticky liquid, lying on the ground in the mud with these zombies attacking me and eating me. But no, it was a hell of a lot of fun, and I really hope it pulls out, because yeah, I think a lot of time and effort went into that, and I think it's going to look pretty horrific. It is difficult, but what I always try and do is, especially if there has been a break, to just really sort of think about what's gone on the scene before, what's actually happening, and then you kind of, for lack of a better term, you almost get in the zone and you just sort of like think about what's happening. But I think also, especially with this film, there are so many scenes where your adrenaline just gets pumping anyway, like, zombies jumping out at you, that even if they're going to be there, it's still random people jumping out at you, so you're still like, oh my God, I've got to run away. And so yeah, even if your energy's lacking, once you get into it and get into what's going on, I don't know, you just sort of, you just pull out of the bag, just make it work.
I play the character of Neville. He works in a bakery in Shepton Mallet. He's a bit wet, to be fair, until he actually has to fight any zombies, and then I think the true side of him comes out. The kung fu master he wants to be. Aidan, yeah, I like his style. I've got a lot of trust in him, which is always good, because you need that in a director. I think his vision's really good. I'm really looking forward to seeing what he comes up with, actually, the end product. He was talking about some of the rushes and how he's going to put them together, and how he's going to change the sort of style of the film with the music put it over the top, because he's very musically trained himself, so he's got a good eye. Yeah, I've really enjoyed working with him. The pitchfork. It's cool, man, because the props got they got a pitchfork, they had a frying pan, baseball bat, and a spade, and they're all rubber. So the pitchfork's got rubber bits. So when I was doing one of the fight scenes, plus all the extras, I stabbed him, but the needle of the pitchfork went into his jacket, and the other one went into his other side jacket, so it sort of scooped up like that. And then the actual butt of it hit his nose. Oh, I'm so sorry. But no, it's a good weapon to use. I'd definitely say it's my preferred weapon now to a bow staff. I was really pleased with the end result of the fight scenes, not just from my aspect, but also the actors aspect and also the extras aspect. Because some of the extras that we had obviously weren't all combat trained, and even the people that were combat trained did a great job. I mean, your fight choreography is only as good as the actors that do it and the people that are taking the hits that can do it. And I didn't have a lot of time to rehearse or set anything too big. I was really chuffed with all the work that happened on that day, considering this time of year you don't have a lot of light and we had to cram it all in. So yeah, it went really well. Yeah, Simo and Scott. I meet Scott in a bakery and we first discovered the zombies together. So straight away they've got a connection. And then Simo finds us later on, which you don't actually see in the film. And then we meet George and Munch and Boris. The story itself follows Ed a lot more than it does Simo's character. But yeah, I suppose in a way, maybe a little bit. I mean, Munch himself is a very distinctive character. I mean, Dave plays it brilliant anyway. But there's no comical aspect to the three of Simo's group than there is on the three of Ed's group. I think Neville himself he doesn't mind getting in there, but at the same time, he's very scared. And he doesn't mind showing it. But at the same time, he doesn't mind showing that he doesn't mind getting in there.
I think, truthfully, it's an outtake. I saw Munch fall over at the corner of my eye, and his act just disappeared. And if that's the truth, that was the first day, and it was a moment that brought everybody together. It was right at the end of a long day, and we all just cracked up.
It's been a great experience for me meeting all the cast and crew. We've all bonded tremendously well. A lot of us live in this house where we are now, and we get along great. It's like a big family now. And not just the cast, the crew is brilliant as well. We've had a great time. They've put everything into it. And it really is phenomenal what everybody has done to come together to make this what it is.
Because it's one of those projects where everyone's so excited by it. Meeting Ed Furlong was fantastic. I was a massive Terminator 2 fan. Really, I watched that movie a lot. Was so impressed with it as a sequel to Terminator. Obviously, tough call, and it was an amazing film. So that was something that I thought would never happen. I never even considered it, and suddenly there I am helping him learn his lines, me and Ed. So that I will take away. And he was great. I ended up having to do the Ed kind of have a photo taken with you thing. A bit embarrassing, but I did it, and he was great. He just threw his arm around me and tried to lick my face, and that's the photo. So what's not to absolutely love about that?
I was very, very excited to do it, first off, because I've not done a zombie movie. I've not done any real horror movies before, and I thought, yeah, it was an opportunity. And I think most of all, obviously meeting new friends and exceptionally talented people on this film, not just the ones that you see on the film, but the crew, all the production team, everybody threw their whole souls into doing it, and I just felt that it was only going to add to the excellence of the film, really, because I just think, yeah, I enjoyed the whole lot. There wasn't anything, not even the weather put me off, and it was cold, but not even that put me off. I've had an amazing time on this shoot and hope to be in contact with everybody in the future.
I'm going to have to say when we filmed all the fight scenes, just because I was rushing around like a headless chicken trying to get it all organised and choreographed, and I really enjoyed myself. I woke up that morning with a big gleaming smile on my face. Yeah, fighting! Yeah, it was definitely the best day so far.
My favourite thing? I suppose, I think just working with the people that I'm working with, it's been so great to meet them, and working with some really, really talented people, and in a very different way. Like, I've never done anything like the Zombie King before, never done horror. So just working with great people in a completely different way, I think that's what I love about it. It's just a completely new experience, which has been really great, really enjoyable.
That's it.
your darkest hour. Skies are red, wake the dead. I won't let you get your way. Stand and face the world again. Stand and face the world again. We are the creatures of the night. We are star-crossed lovers. We are the ones who gave you life and your final hour. Takes me home, hurts no more. I won't let you take my soul anymore. Stand and face the world again. 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 Stand and face the world again.
7 souls, the 7th day. In a few hours, you'll have your way.
And I just think it's great to have a film like this that has such strong lesbian female leads.
Judy. And
I sold my soul to the devil, but she held it for ransom. 12 months of madness, sexing and dancing. No need to ask twice, no need for romancing. Ask my man, God, is it even worth chancing? Surprise, surprise, there is no fucking answer.